Hi everybody, this is Matt. Thanks for watching and welcome back to another video with This Old Pilot. Well, I'm going to talk to you about aviation insurance. I get a lot of questions about it, so let's just go ahead and jump right into the deep end. Aviation insurance isn't cheap. For those of you that are thinking about purchasing your first aircraft, buying an experimental or something that has a standard type certificate on it, you might be in for a bit of a surprise. And before you get surprised, let's just talk very quickly about it. There used to be a time where you had a lot of underwriters that were willing to take on the risk of insuring aircraft. Well, today that figure, to the best of my knowledge, is less than 20 underwriters. And why is that? Well, because there have been a lot of changes in the market. So the less competition, the higher the prices tend to go up. And you might be saying, well, what if I see an airplane that I really, really want? The first thing I would do is get the N number of it and contact an insurance agent that deals specifically with aviation insurance and have them shop around for the best deal. Or you could go directly to an underwriter and just ask them to give you a quote. You might be surprised. Now, I happen to own two aircraft. One is a regular standard type certificated, which is an Ercoupe. Now, my premium costs me right at the moment about $750 annually. On the other hand, you've seen me an awful lot with a Titan Tornado, which is an experimental, and that costs me $1,500 a year. So, big difference between the two. And you might say, why is it so much for the experimental? Well, number one is risk. The risk pool, the number of Titan Tornadoes in the market compared to other experimentals are, a little bit on the low side. But it is still an experimental amateur-built aircraft. And so there's a higher risk factor associated with that. So how can you mitigate some of these costs, you might ask? Well, one is, best thing you can have is plenty of hours in your logbook. Now, I know that's not easy for somebody that just has 40 hours, 100 hours, 200 hours, something like that. I get that. The more hours you have, the better. The more hours that you have in type in that particular aircraft, the better, because insurance companies really look for that. The number two thing that you can do that will get you perhaps the biggest discount of all is an instrument rating. Insurance companies like instrument ratings. So, of course, I started out like everybody else, getting my student pilot, becoming a private pilot, getting an instrument rating, getting an add-on rating, getting a commercial rating, and so that all helps in the mix. But if I were to go to an aircraft that I really didn't have much time in, I could just automatically expect a higher number that's out there. The type of engine that you have, say, on an experimental amateur build makes a difference, because insurance companies, they have all the data. They have all the information on claims. So they have their favorite engines, whether they're going to tell you that or not. And the big three are Continental, Lycoming, and Rotax. And anything other than that, you might just be pretty surprised when you get a quote back. So the other thing, keep training. Have transition training. Try to get additional flight training with a CFI at least once a year, and actually get out there and fly. On average, the last few years, I've been really blessed. I've been able to get in about 200 hours a year. That helps because that keeps up proficiency. And when you add a rating or get any other type of training, that's good too. So in order to keep your insurance as low as possible, those are the best pieces of advice that I can give you based off my own personal experience. So there you have it for now. And until next time, get out there, fly, but most of all, fly safe. So take care, clear skies, light winds. We'll see you later.